Have you actually done these combinations?
Warp throw into auto drop and grenade I've done, and destructor as well. Um,
Flip throw into Autark drop doesn't seem that strong these
it's
days.
very strong
Especially
when you throw a grenade on top of it and
when
destructor.
you throw a grenade on top of it. I mean, I believe the grenade damage has been
It's been
toned down a little bit
a
since
lot.
retail. You get the stun, but that doesn't. I don't think that necessarily helps that much for.
Yeah, it can only really wipe like things like Havocs, but you need to follow up with the Autark on retreat. And generally, like a good combination with Warlock, with just a straight wipe against like a Havoc is like Autark drop into flip movement, and the Autark easily catches them.
But I just feel like that's the hardest of all the warp throw combos. Like all, like the Wailing Doom, the Dire Avenger grenades. Those are all so much easier to pull off than an Autark call-in. Where the
Yeah, I think that it's just experience, really. Like, I mean, I remember when I was pretty much like learning Wartalk when she first came out in Chaos Rising, and I think it was Chaos Rising, wasn't it? Was it? No. It was Retribution.
she came out in Retribution.
It was Retribution because like that's when Wartalk Kaelith was introduced. But anyway, going back to the game.
She was actually the main character of the campaign. But yeah,
Indeed.
anyway, right here, we got Noisy playing as the Plague Champion. Now, I guess one of the things this means is that he's going to have better early range DPS than if he were the Sorcerer, with or without another Chaos Space Marine squad. And he's, again, being pretty aggressive with his opening caps, going right ahead all the way to Riku's natural power with this Heretic squad. This could pressure him to put a node on the power node if he had the resources, which I don't think he does. But he's not going to go for it. I thought he might. Maybe he was even trying to bait it out.
I mean, like, yeah, he probably was trying to bait it out, but Riku doesn't need to, simply because there's no way he can decap it, because Riku always has the security of both the second scout coming out and both of these buildings to use. So I think that would have been a misplay from Riku if he had fallen for that, but well, he keeps his heretic back.
No.
But apparently Spartan is telling you to turn up your microphone again.
Telling me I'll just talk, yell like a sports commentator.
Think about the touchdowns. Tax not capping on the right hand side. Oof.
But interestingly, we have two scout squads right now that are being used to kind of kite one squad of heretics and not cap. So Ryu actually has tax on capping duty, and they're actually going for a decap on Noisy's natural power.
I think Riku just realized that this one was exposed when that happened, because he was originally going to go for this cap, but okay, these attacks are absolutely fine in melee, and Noisy wisely doesn't Doom Blast, because I think that Doom Blast really could have hurt him, because you know, like there could have been a chance that he would have lost the squad if he hadn't.
Oh, unfortunately for Riku, he does not get the heal off right before losing one of the tack models, and he's even responding to that, probably not happy, but he still has a decap on Noisy's power.
But this is part of like the slightly random nature about melee, because they just focus fired the front like tactical marine squad. So like I wasn't that surprised to see a model go down, you know. But here comes like Noisy standard power harass with the heretics, forcing Riku to think needs to go backwards, and overall like that kind of means that Riku's not controlling this side is probably gonna disappear. But and Noisy completely not really caring about the two scouts, Scout and Apo against Play Champ, and is going for the straight bash.
Yeah, I was concerned about that. I think it would have been better for him to force melee. It looks like maybe he was trying, but some of the shotgun scouts were still firing.
Yeah.
And the shotguns are definitely going to do a lot more damage than those scout foots.
but you know, they're superhuman, man. Like what? That's not. It doesn't make any sense.
Not in this game.
Great flanking Havoc, and that doesn't even benefit from cover. Tax, unsurprisingly, just retreat out of that damage.
Tax trying to repair it. They actually do kind of scare off those, well, I guess the combination of all of those, and especially the repairing two, scared off those Chaos Heretics. Noisy probably thought that he was only going to bleed even trying to go for that power generator without even, maybe without even taking it out.
So, Noisy, having a really nice VP lead. He's now up to 500 against 396. But this is like pretty standard like Space Marine play when he starts the decap with his capping scout, and his combat scout goes and takes over, so he can withdraw these combat scouts to the center where most of the fight is, and you know, like scouts, shotguns combine best with assault squad, because assault squad counters range and scout shotguns counter the melee that counters ASM. Yeah, standard. So yeah, see, he's got his blob going and he's ready to go. Good micro, trying to avoid these chaos, and not really going to be too successful and just retreats out. But I think Riku might see an opportunity to. He's got two choices. He can come around, try to win the fight, and then go for the gem bash, or he's going to go for the fight. His other choice was to go for the gem bash himself, but I think he's got again more to lose because he's already down a generator and he could end up losing the whole farm.
I was actually wondering, it looks like Noisy is going to try to move around with his non-aspiring champion Heretics to either Gen Bash or go for the VP. Looks like he's going to go for the VP first and keep up that VP pressure, since he hasn't lost a single VP yet.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I mean, like, why not keep up the pressure on that? Like, he finally goes down to 497, but he might like the more map control, as I said in the past, like, the more map control you deny to the Space Marine, the harder it is for him to stay blobbed and be effective. So, like, right now, ooh, that was very close.
Actually, that actually wasn't that good of a grenade. Could have been good. But,
No, it was close. He got 2 models. It was close. They were running pretty fast already.
I just mean in terms of ultimately only taking 2 models. But it could have been quite a bit more. Could have wiped the entire squad. I've learned the hard way that a single scout grenade can actually, or definitely a single Dire Avenger grenade can kill a Heretic squad, an aspiring champion Heretic squad at that, from full health with correct placement.
Right. Well, that's interesting. This ASM has decided not to jump until the last second. But yeah, scout frag grenades and plasma grenades have exactly the same stats, effectively. So.
Okay, so then yes, the scouts can do it too then.
So overall, that again changing hands. Notice effectively that, like, Noisy has had like 1 tick on Captain this whole time, and Riku as well. And as a result, like, it just means that Noisy just has the squad advantage in all the fights because he's always got this extra squad. But at the same time, though, like, Riku again being the first one to really like threaten power with a flamer, but. I don't know. I think it's optimistic. I mean, like, these Noise Marines now coming. Riku should probably know that like Noisy has been going for these kind of heavy tier 1 strategies and he has adapted. Here is this heavy bolted dev, so he can like trade blows.
Yeah, he actually used that. I don't know if you caught it, to prevent his map control Heretic from getting more of a generator bash.
No, I missed that because I was talking about this gen bash because in the end. He gets a node, and that's something. It isn't that much, but it is something. And this is the problem as well. Like, Noise Marines, under the cover of Havocs, can actually just waltz up to a heavy bolter dev, and there's no problem because the Havocs have got the instant suppression. The moment they shoot, they suppress. Doesn't matter what cover. Well, like green cover delays it by like half a second or something like that. It does. It's not helpful. Right.
But it looks like Noisy's going to pretty much push for this generator farm, and he's got 2 flamer units basically with both the Noise Marines and his Plague Champion. Also has Blight Grenades, a pretty surprising upgrade. I don't know what he wants that for exactly, but we'll see.
I think maybe this is part of his plan, because the only logical explanation I have for it is that he's thinking that his opponent wants to use the buildings. Oh, these scouts are in trouble. The scouts are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they might go down. They actually look like a pretty good retreat path.
I think they're okay.
Go down. Wow.
I think they're okay. But
get out there. Pretty nice retreat path there that I think kind of saved the day for them.
I think like the Blight Grenade is basically to stop his opponent from being able to get bunkered down in this area and prevent this gem bash. So it's logical play. I think it's a bit of a luxury item right now.
It's extra anti-garrison. Could potentially be okay against the Devastators, just in terms of exactly what the damage over time is like, since they won't be able to easily move out of it if he can get in that kind of positioning.
So notice that Noisy has ungarrisoned his Havoc, so he can get off the suppression on the Havoc, and then finish the gem bash.
Right in with the Noise Marines, or the Noise Marines might just go in for the bash.
I think they're going. I think they're going for the silence and then the bash.
Actually, he's going pretty hard for the Devastator with both the Noise Marines. Oh, and the Blight Grenade, that actually might wipe the Devastators.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
Brutal. It does so much damage now, doesn't it?
You know, that's what the Blight Grenades are for.
I mean, in the end...
That's actually exactly kind of what I said.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, as I was saying, it's to stop him bunkering down, right, and defending this gen farm successfully. I mean, sorry, go on.
just good reactions on retreating with those non-aspiring champion heretics, making sure that if he just has an engagement that he can't take, that he just instantly retreats them out of there, so that just to minimize bleed.
So I would say though that like Riku's not out of this game yet. He isn't. After that retreat from Noisy, like he's gonna find it far more expensive to upgrade his army into a tier 2 army. He's only got one aspiring champion on this Chaos Heretics, and so his lineup has a lot of room to grow and get stronger just through upgrades. But at the same time, it's going to be very expensive for them to grow. Whereas, like, you know, Riku just has to buy like a vehicle and and get some squad upgrades, and he's got a chance. Not a good chance, but he's got a chance.
But Noisy actually making it to tier 2 slightly before Riku, even with this huge tier 1. His squads are a bit less expensive than Riku's, and he obviously got quite a power bash off in that last engagement.
I think actually, considering that, wait, let's have a look. Yeah, considering Noisy only got one aspiring champion, and no upgrade for Chaos Space Marines, no upgrade for, two War Gears for Play Champion, they have a relatively comparable power spend. Anyway, engagement going on here. God, I was talking about that. Assault Marines jumping these Chaos Havocs, which is definitely the thing that he needs to do. He needs to get rid of the anchor point of Noisy's force, but Noisy's force is just too big. There's very little he can do against this massive push. At least Riku has got very decent map control. He might not have any gen farms, and he might have like a squad count disadvantage, but at least he has the map control on his side, and it buys him some time, creating some threats of his own on this enemy gen farm.
He's chosen to get a sergeant on his Assault Marine squad.
And it's pretty, like, you know, that's a pretty brain dead upgrade, simply because he needs, like, his Assault Marines are such a key unit right now. Everything he has, like, you know, it counters so much stuff that Noisy has. It just needs the support, and Riku needs to get his support army in order. And the Razorback, I would argue, is probably the most cost-effective way of doing that. Like, he's getting the Melta now. I presume he's gonna get some other form of AV, like having lost the HP dev. But look, like Riku, again, even though he cannot win a single engagement, he's going for the right strategy. He's going for this back capping. He's going for, I'm gonna run circles around you while you try to chase me down, and he's not gonna like win in the long term if things stay the way that they are. But he is gonna give himself some time to make a comeback. So Riku on the attack now. Tactical Marines not back out of the field yet, so he's just going to try to lock down the center, and auto cannon Havoc. That's interesting. Pretty much conceding that he's like, I mean, he's not afraid of any kind of vehicle coming out of Dark Riku, because like the worst that he's facing is a Razorback, and auto cannon deals well with that. I presume he's going to try to finish the fight pretty soon though, and not let Riku out of tier 2 whatsoever. Going for the Blastmaster and Marco Corn CSM. So properly pimping out his tier 2. Although, let's have a look at resources. Noisy sitting on 192 rec income. That's a lot of upkeep. Of course, he doesn't really have the rec points. Map control changing hands. Like Noisy is securing the left-hand side, whereas like Riku's trying to
at least. But Riku's kind of pushing back with the Razorback, and it's going to be a little bit harder to try to just go around trying to get those points with the heretics.
Well,
if Dark Riku's controlling it with the Razorback.
The point is that again, Riku is is the one going for the flank play, because like he knows that he's the one who's at a slight disadvantage, and now he's got the plasma cannon. Now he's the one who's can put down a dominating plasma cannon in the center to try to deal with the center. But right now he's acknowledging that he can't win a real straight up fight until he's got his whole army.
Oh, you mean he has a plasma cannon of his own? I thought you were talking about Noisy's Blastmaster.
No, he just bought a plasma cannon, so like this is something that he can use to break down the center.
And we already have a play cloud right on top of the plasma cannon. Plasma cannon takes its first shot, does hit the Chaos Space Marines a bit, but they are getting healed.
So Blade Grenade going down.
That's not a good jump for the Assault Space Marines.
No, he's using, yeah.
Angels of Death. Unfortunately, he's still not winning, at least with the Assault Space Marines.
So Blastmaster hitting himself in the face and cops a plasma cannon to the face. So lost a couple Chaos Space Marines, not too bad. But at the same time, I think it was a scrappy fight, and Riku didn't manage to break through, but he's still got a potential to do okay. And this Apo is going down. He's going down. The question is this Blood Crusher going down as well? 2 hit points!
On the Blood Crusher?
Yeah, 2 hit points on the Blood Crusher. Getting healed up by the Worship now. Getting back in the fight. Not a problem. Riku blows 325 red in that fight to try to take it. I think if he had gotten the Blood Crusher, it would have been worth it. Because again, like, Noisy is the one sitting on a lot of upkeep. So he would probably have to get like a similar kind of vein like unit. Either a Crusher or a Chaos Dreadnought, and not go to tier 3 and really extend this advantage. Oh, here's the retreat grenade, and it is perfect. It is perfect.
So killed every heretic except for the Aspiring Champion. If you get it right on the Aspiring Champion, that's how you can wipe the entire squad. Although there it looks like the Aspiring Champion was missed pretty cleanly.
Yeah, I think I find it a little bit surprising you can wipe it from wipe it from full health if you land on an Aspiring Champion. But I mean, also bear in mind that Elite now has changed grenades to do like 0.9 times damage against grenades. With grenades on
retreat.
On retreat. Yeah, so it does like 10% less damage. So it's harder to get retreat wipes than it used to be, but it's still possible, no doubt.
He's taking some losses on his tax squad, getting hit twice by that Blastmaster.
Yeah, and look at this map control. It's unbelievable how Riku, after it looked really ugly for a while, but Noisy sitting on the 2 generators and 2 rec points, and that's about it. Like, Riku, I pretty much thinking like, Noisy is ahead in tech from me, yeah? So what is he doing? He's loading up on Devastators, and he's loading up on opportunities to get AV.
It seems like he's content to stay in tier 2 for now, given I guess basically some of the losses he's taken, at least for now.
It's a great Plasma Cannon Devastator hit on the Chaos Space Marines, but look at what a dominating arc this Plasma Cannon has, like, and this is what Riku's doing very well. He's defending in depth. He's letting his opponent think, I'm going to be really frontal with my attack, and just going skirmish a bit, shoot, kite, until you hit my anchor point, which consists of a scout shotgun, a plasma cannon devastator, and a razorback. That's going to be so difficult for Noisy to break through, especially with the heal aura, especially with the targeted heal. It's a really good play by Riku to secure and the Noise Marines get the cover though.
The Noise Marines miss and they get hit by the plasma cannon shot. And meanwhile, we were talking about staying in tier 2. I'm wondering if it's not such a great choice for Noisy to go to tier 3, given the kind of upkeep and rec income he has with the kind of map control he has as well.
I don't know. It's really tough, because in the end, I think he needs to have more ability to actually assault, and I think he needs to be less. If it's all possible, he needs to be less frontal assault about it. If I were him, I would do what's he got? Fetid armor. I don't know. What I would try to do is get the map control and do a wraparound, I guess. Right now, frontal assault isn't getting him anywhere, and admittedly, yes, Noisy has a lot of stuff that's static. He's got the Blastmaster, he's got the Chaos Havocs. He really needs to keep this sort of. Finally, one Chaos Heretic goes capping this.
And I think we had a completely accidental.
Oh yeah, Plague of Undeath. Plague of Undeath.
Noisy. I'm guessing that was completely accidental, considering it's against Space Marines at a time when he was nowhere near.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind that was accidental, but it could cost him the game, because he's not got a Plague Cloud to displace any Devastators, and now this is one of the perfect setups you could really go for on this map. Plasma Cannon supported by a Devastator Marine squad, supported by Razorback and Heal. He is gonna find it so hard to break through.
Yeah, I mean he's gone from having the advantage to being pushed back by a tier 2 army when he's in tier 3. He's backcapping with his core and chaos space marines because he's just not winning in the middle anymore.
So like you know, Riku got that melt off, and it wasn't like really important to get that melt off because he wasn't trying to kill it. But what it does mean is that it's going to take longer for this Blood Crusher to get back to base and heal, and yeah, like it's just overall like Riku's just going for pressure. He knows that he just wants to keep Noisy on the back foot. As long as he's got this advantage, temporary advantage as it may be, he wants to push it, and that is the right play.
Oh, friendly Blastmaster shot takes out a bunch of heretics.
Yeah, ouch. Like, I think...
Oh, but if we go look down south, we have a flank by the Core and Chaos Space Marines on the Devastators, which will probably wipe them, to be honest. This is on the regular Heavy Bolter Devastators. And now he might go for the Plasma Cannon Devastator next, but I think now Riku knows, so he's going to probably go for the Razorback as well as using the Shotgun Blast to at least save the Plasma Cannon.
See, that was an excellent play by Noisy, because that means that there's not going to be a Devastator coming out with Last Cannon, like, which is going to make...
It's Razorback a little bit, although I think the Razorback will get out of there.
The Razorback's absolutely fine. It's more that this Predator's on the field. That is going to be the real significant factor, because that Last Cannon Havoc is not an option until he buys another. I mean, with the Last Cannon Havoc, he will have just about enough AV to deal with what Noisy has, but you know, apart from, like, again, we're back to the situation. Apart from the map control that Dark Riku has, there's very little going for in the actual composition. That said, the map control represents a very not consistent, very sizable like bit of compensation. And oh my God, there goes two models just like that.
Right, now Noisy's getting the better end of the plasma cannon shots.
But yeah, going back to what I was saying, like, this advantage isn't going to last forever, and Riku's going to have to push at some point. He's going to have to find something to take that map control back and give him that solid advantage. I mean, Noisy is being very cautious and sitting on these two VPs and just like using one natural capper.
They're both shooting blindly to try to get each other's plasma cannons.
This is like effectively trench warfare, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess with there is something about the Plague Champion, especially with the build that Noisy has gone, where in a way it's kind of pretty straightforward and linear and direct, where he doesn't have any jump units. The Plague Champion himself is pretty slow. Don't really have the kind of mobility from having Bloodletters or Raptors or even a Sorcerer with a teleport.
So Angel of Death now? This is pretty.
It's going to be a good push. Probably going to take out the Blood Crusher.
No.
One more shot.
No. Whoa! Unbelievable.
And I think Noisy is also not paying attention to this Heretic squad.
This is so close.
And one model.
Two models.
Look at the Heretic squad out there.
Dark Riku is going to lose his apothecary? Yes.
Alright, and he actually does not have the resource. Well, he's almost there. Almost has enough red to buy it back, but...
he should do very soon.
Now, the issue is that Dark Riku is actually running out of time on the VPs because we have yet another back cap by the Heretics, non-aspiring champion Heretics, on Riku's natural. And it looks like...
So let's play Cloud on this plasma cannon, because he knows that the only thing that can knock back this Plague Champion is the... Oh, he's going to lose the Predator for his trouble. No, he isn't. Because...
I mean, I think Riku's just going to push for it.
Yeah. This is nail-biting. So Noisy has still got a 1 VP cap with 20 VPs to go for Riku's.
He's like in a bad situation as far as his Chaos Predator goes. I think he would want to, maybe set the Havoc in a position he's actually turning the firing arc, although maybe to go for those scouts to protect that Predator.
Oh, look at this grenade spike. Riku wipes the vanilla ticks on the left side, but yeah. So the problem is that, okay, now that he's lost the extra tick, it's more significant that the Predator is weak. But look, it's and the scouts just get blown up by an autocannon, get absolutely destroyed. So it becomes less significant that I mean, when he's got so many heretics, it's not really that significant to have done that much Chaos Predator damage, right? But that said, Riku does have that Last Cannon Predator, which does give him a sizable advantage against the Chaos Predator.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering if not wondering. I kind of think that Noisy should go for that he kind of should go for the Last Cannon on his Predator. Although, what did he just spend his resources on? Oh, he spent it on.
Sorry.
He spent his resources on getting the Plague Champion back.
Oh right, I thought you were asking about Riku. I mean, in the end, like Zinch, Marcus Zinch is coming out for for that Predator. So, I don't know. This is really nail biting in the sense that like Riku is the one who's got the resources, so he can bring out another unit at some point. But it's like I don't know.
Have a lot of time for that.
Yeah, in the end, like Noisy has got an army that is kind of optimized for defense, for like sitting on the defensive and like killing stuff on the defensive rather than going on the assault. So, like, you know, these Noise Marines are gonna get the decap and they're gonna have to retreat, which they do. But I don't know. Yeah, you see, like having the setups is just and the second Predator. So all in on the vehicles, says Riku. And
Yep, not too surprised to see that from Riku. This is definitely something that could bring it back in his favor. So I think Noisy, either he needs to take out Riku's current Predator or he needs to get like those VPs like now.
did you see how much last cannon damage did to that tactical Marine squad? That was painful.
Oh no, capture with the Corncast Space Marines.
But he's afraid of them blobbing up for a Predator hit. That's what he's afraid of. Do you see what I mean? Like, he's not optimized for assaulting. He's optimized for defense.
I mean, I think this is really his chance. Like, either he's putting down a turret when I think he should go for the cap, or at least, I mean, cap with one of those units. There's so many units right here.
I think, well, look, Riku's going for something different. He's going for this extra armor. So I think he's going to go around flanking around this way and try to shoot the rear armor. No, he's going straight for a frontal assault, and this Predator takes so much damage straight up.
Oh my god, this is not good at all.
Oh my god, what an engagement this is. Trying to get the melter, desperately trying to get the melter. ASM getting slowed by the Plague Champion. Uses the, oh my god, this tactical is so low. Gets the melter off.
VP. He's not going to keep his Predator alive.
Grenade to stop the Chaos Space Marines from like capping. He's used the Angel of Death the whole time through. I don't know if like that was worth it, to get that melt off, because I think that Predator would have died anyway. I think he really needed to get that flash grenade. Oh my god, that cops the full thing to the face, like blastmaster to the face. And do the heretics go down? No, like the Plague Champion's down. Dark Riku gets his apothecary straight back through Lariman's blessing, I think.
Yeah, I think he's going to lose the Chaos Space Marines.
No, is he gonna get the cap? He's gonna get the cap. The Predator goes down.
He doesn't have his natural VP now.
Oh my god, this is so tense. 55-9 in Noisy's favor, but Noisy on the ropes without a tier 3 unit, loses another heretic. These Corn Chaos Space Marines trying to like force off this scout, but the scout gets the decap. This is gonna be, oh my god.
I thought their best chance may have just been to go for the scouts anyway, with those Corn Chaos.
No, it would have got wiped by the Predator in the back. So, and you can't lose level 4 Corn Chaos Space Marines at this point in the game. You just can't. I don't know.
The Blastmasters are shooting themselves now that the Apothecary got in so close.
So, Imperial Abyss, that's going to be a Predator that's going down as soon. No, he micros it out. He micros it out. Do the attacks get away? No, the attacks don't get away. Surely. No, what? They get hooked once, they get hooked twice, they get hooked thrice?
The hooks suck.
Oh my god. What even the hooks are for? They should constitute some part of the DPS, seriously.
It's just not that good of a global. It's mostly, I mean,
it's incredible if it hits full on. Yeah, it's incredible if it hits full on.
Like, denying a VP in the late game, it actually can be very good.
Dude,
for
the
that.
VPs, man, you gotta watch the VPs. Merciless strike, blows them straight off. GG is the call from Noisy, and this is Riku's game, I think. Yep, it is.
I really feel like Noisy, if he had just straight up captured at that point when he had all his units there, the Corn Chaos Space Marines, when it was 9 VPs left for Riku, I feel like that could have been it for Noisy.
You mean Riku? Wait.
I feel like it could have been the game in favor of Noisy.
Right, okay. Oh my god. I'm just like, wow. That was absolutely stunning. Stunning. Wow. Yeah, when I caps out GG, that, like, I don't have caps lock. That's me putting GG on purpose. That's like,
make sure you or someone saves the replay.
oh, I've already saved it. There was no doubt that I was saving that in like 5 seconds. I mean, 9 VPs versus 5 VPs, like epic. I mean that bit, especially with like the noise marine blast monster versus the plasma cannon, that was a pretty
I
trolly
mean,
bit.
that might be the best game we're gonna see all tournament.
Maybe, maybe. I mean,
Hopefully I'm wrong.
we're gonna have a best of 5 in the final. Come on, man. This is only the quarterfinal.